Right, so this is the system. So I'll send pictures on how exactly it's made, but it's really simple. It's literally just 4 pieces of wood, and then with like a plastic like tarp around the inside, which acts as like the reservoir, and then underneath there's another plastic tarp which is thicker, which just stops the one inside from actually getting like ruptured and stuff. I didn't actually put a base on the bottom of this. It's just the 4 pieces of wood around the side, just because the base wasn't necessary and it added to the cost. Right, so here's a lettuce. So as you can see, the roots, not sure what's the best. Yeah, they're really white, which is a good sign, and they go really long into the system. So if there's ever a problem with one, like for some reason this one didn't grow, you can literally just take it out and then fill it with another one. So these ones have been going for about 4 weeks now. So you can see that some of them have grown really well and others not so much. And then these are some ones that I just planted literally about 4 days ago now actually. So you can see like not really any roots coming through yet. And then, yeah. So it's really important to actually cover the entire thing on this, because I don't think you'll actually be able to see, but there's actually like mosquito larvae in here growing. So that was my fault for not covering the entire thing. If it was, they wouldn't be able to get in there. And then it's also important to add a hydrogen peroxide, which just kills anything growing inside. So it was much worse, and I added the hydrogen peroxide, and it's getting better progressively. So yeah. Right, so now I'll show you how to actually like plant one of the pots. So to do this, just to go over the parts I'm using, you don't need this. I've got the growing medium, which I'm using cocoa brick, which is just it's called coconut substrate. It's just like the fibers of coconuts like made into blocks. So then you add this to water and it sort of expands into like something with the same consistency of soil. And then you need seeds, and then you also just need water to put the coconut stuff in. And then one of these, which is literally just like a styrofoam boards. You could buy them in DIY shops because they serve as like insulation or roofing or something. And then you also need a net pot. Right, so the first thing you need to do is break off a bit of the cocoa stuff. So this stuff actually like really expands when you put it into water and becomes much bigger. So you just put it into the water and actually just leave it a bit, and then progressively it'll just turn into like a soily stuff. So I'll just like wait a minute. Okay, so it's about done. So you can see like when it comes out, it's just kind of like muddy soil stuff, and it just breaks apart really easily. And also it's just moist the entire way through. So I'm doing this with one hand, so it's going to take a lot longer than it would. But literally all you do is take your nap pot, like scoop some up. Once again, not easy with one hand. Don't want to get the camera dirty. Right, and then just make sure that it's really compressed. Just like push it down. The thing is, if it's not compressed, the second you put it into the water, because net pots have these slits around the side for the roots to go through, the coconut stuff will just drain out. So that's what actually happened the first time I tried to do it, and it just meant that all the plants were gone after there was like a serious storm. So by just pushing it down quite hard, it'll just mean that it stays in there properly. So you want to get it almost to the top, like so. So it's about that high, just above the slits, and then you add seeds. Right. So very messy hands. Alright, so normally you can get away with adding about 3 seeds. So 3 seeds is just kind of like a safety number, just in case they fail. It means you don't have to go and reset the entire thing. Honestly though, from my experience, most of them do actually germinate. So like, I'd say maybe 9 or 8 out of 10 actually do germinate. So when you do add this many seeds, it means that you'll actually have to go, and when the plants are growing through, you'll just have to pick them off. So the last thing you actually need to do is pretty simple, just get a bit more of the coconut coir and just cover over the seeds, like so. And then, with your board, just put it through. I presume you just have quite a few more. And yeah, then it would just be ready to add to the system. Just drop it in like that and it's all done. So the way that the holes are actually made in this board is by using a circular drill of about 2 inches of size. So I'll post an image to that, and yeah.